In my opinion, one of the best aspects of D&D 5e is that clerics are more than just healbots. Whether they're controlling the battlefield, doing direct damage, or snatching wounded players back from the brink of death, a decent cleric player can be a great asset to any party. And in this video, we're going to teach you how to optimize your cleric build while also helping you understand the role that you can fill with this type of character. When it comes to stat build, Wisdom is going to be your main attribute, followed by Constitution if you plan to hold concentration spells, and by Strength if you plan to be a front lines laying down the damage type. When it comes to what race you should play as a cleric, I would say there are three options that are the best. The first is the human. Variant humans are always good for their bonus feat, and especially at early levels. The second is the dwarf. Mountain dwarves get a plus to wisdom and constitution and are great if you're looking to build a tanky sort of cleric. As an added bonus, you also get an extra hit point per level. And the last one is elves. Wood elves get +1 to wisdom, and improved speed make for great dex clerics. Cleric's domain. A cleric chooses which domain they will specialize in at level 1. These domains typically fall to a god in each pantheon. Each domain is given access to spells from many different spell lists, including some wizard ones, which are always considered prepared. The domain you choose can have a huge impact on your character's abilities in and out of combat, so definitely choose wisely. We're going to go over a few of them in order to help you do just that. Starting these off is knowledge. You would have access to knowledge and skills that others really wouldn't, including wizard spells like Identify and Arcane Eye. The next is life. Your healing spells are more effective, and at higher levels, you can heal yourself. If you choose light, you can gain access to potent fire-based spells like Fireball and Wall of Fire. If you choose nature, you gain charm abilities for plants and animals, and you can use your reaction to reduce some types of damage against creatures. Tempest. You gain several storm-based damage options, including Channeled Divinity that allows for maximum lightning or thunder damage. At later levels, you also gain the ability to fly when not underground or indoors. Next up is Trickery, and with this domain, it includes several wizard spells like Mirror Image and Disguise Self. Their Channeled Divinity option, Invoke Duplicity, is great as it allows you to create an illusionary duplicate, and you may cast spells as if you were in the illusion's space. And finally, we have War. With this domain, it offers additional proficiencies in heavy armor and weapons, as well as access to many combat-related spells like Stone Skin and Crusader's Mantle. Their Channel Divinity option allows you to use your reaction to give a +10 to a strike on an attack roll. This can change the tide of a battle in an absolute hurry. Spellcasting with Clerics. Clerics must prepare their spells and are able to prepare a number of spells equal to their level plus their wisdom modifier. Casting a prepared spell uses a spell slot, so if you cast a prepared spell, it doesn't remove it from your list, you just lose a slot. Unlike some other caster classes, clerics are given access to all cleric spells. If you have information about what you're going to face, you'll be able to adjust your prepared spells. The good thing about clerics is that they're extremely forgiving as long as you're able to prepare different spells later. This bears repeating. Don't forget that you always have your domain spells prepared for free. So what are some good feats for a cleric? I would say Warcaster is a good one if you're going to be using a lot of concentration spells, because getting advantage on concentration checks is pretty huge. Additionally, being able to cast Hold Person on people who trigger your opportunity attack could change the tide of a battle. Magic Initiate is another good one. Choose the spell Find Familiar for ranged healing spells. And finally, I would say Resilient is a good one, because if you plan on holding concentration spells a lot, this one is for you. Here are some protection tips for your cleric. Use Bless. This almost always ends up being better than Shield of Faith. It helps prevent the party from taking damage, which is infinitely more useful. Bless the people that are going to have more dice rolls. Typically, this ends up being the people with the most attacks that you want to A, hit more often, and B, not get held. Protection from good and evil is good, and it's an amazing defense spell for most of the game. Sanctuary is great for protecting that person that's about to go down and just needs an extra round to get their wits about them. So let's discuss combat, and let's start with spells. At lower levels, your spells should only be used for emergency purposes. Use healing only when an ally is down, and use Healing Word. It is the most efficient in combat since it's only a bonus action. Taking out enemies, though, is always the most effective due to the way that the action economy works in 5e. Always try to keep a level 1 slot open so you can use Healing Word when someone goes down. A downed person is only a coin toss away from death, as things can escalate quickly and they can take splash damage, melee damage, or whatever else happens before the round is over. Spirit Guardians. This spell is absolutely ridiculous. It lasts for 10 minutes, it can be upcast, and can potentially do 6d8 of damage. It is a concentration spell, so combining this with the dodge action can be extremely useful and really put a hurtin' on a group of enemies. Divine Intervention. Because the nature of this intervention is so open to the DM's interpretation, it's a total Hail Mary if it works, and it's probably only useful if you've got nothing else you can do to sway the battle in your favor. Toll the Dead is an incredibly powerful spell for very early in the game. Regenerate. At high levels, Regenerate is completely freaking nuts. If you're a Life Domain Cleric, it may heal 10 HP per round. It's a little ambiguous, definitely ask your DM if that's cool. If you're an Arcane Domain Cleric, you also get to remove a spell effect every round. Command. I would argue that you need to be a little clever in order to use this spell for all it's worth, but this is a potentially amazing spell, as it allows you to do some serious debuffs to your enemies. An example is commanding your enemy to drop their weapon, and then you can use your extra action to just pick it up. And lastly, there's Spiritual Weapon. This is a nice spell for clerics to optimize their bonus action uses. While its movement is somewhat limited, it doesn't require concentration to use. Clerics are so much more than your standard healer character, and I think the information in this video has shown you why. With their armor options, knowledge of every cleric spell, and the chance to call upon a god, clerics can be a solid addition to any party. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name's Patrick Ferguson, and I'll see you guys in the next one.